You can talk now that the camera is on. How you doing?
Good.
Oh, nice. Tell me, how was your last week of sailing?
Yeah. Good.
So just a general feedback. Good is like, we're going to check about what is good. Just to give some feedback. You're all sailors, right? You're sailors in my team. And we're going to do a talk about something today, about the subject from sports psychology. So this is for the class and for my professor, so just to know about you a little bit. And now I want to hear about more than good. Who can tell me a little bit about his last sailing experience?
Gavin, you go first.
Tommy, go for it.
It was very puffy,
Puffy. Gust. Gust
Yeah,
of winds. Okay.
and it was hard, like because like you're sailing, and then like all of a sudden this big puff comes, and it pushes you
Good.
past where you need to go.
So it was challenging for you? So if you have a challenge for you, how do you deal with it?
Well, I see what happened on the first time, and I kind of try and stay away from that area, so I don't get pushed out again over there. And then you also told me to stay up closer to the line.
Okay. Good. Good. That's just a little bit about the aspects. Matthew?
Well, there was a ton of varying conditions because it could be like really heavy, well, pretty heavy wind, and then it could be like really light where you could barely move forward. So, and since we're practicing starts, it was great practice to be able to like look forward and anticipate the puffs.
Okay. So looking forward, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about it exactly what those kind of things challenges a little bit and looking forward. It's good examples about what we want to do today. What I want from us today is actually to think about, we're going to talk a little bit about goals, okay? We all have goals in our life, right? But let's direct it a little bit about sailing. And what I want from you a little bit, let's talk about what are your goals that you have lately? Who wants to start? Yes. Or you have for future, not just lately. One example.
Run tracking.
You want to talk about stacking, or stacking, okay?
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, I've kind of established that now.
Okay, so you had it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Any other goal for the future, wait?
Kind of anticipating more.
Okay.
And if one side is favored, don't necessarily like just go blanket, go with the fleet. Just kind of incorporate the favored side in your
So
race.
we're talking about tactics, a little bit, right?
Tactics.
Okay, good. Lorenzo.
One of my goals was to get on the line at the start.
Okay. Do it on the line. To be on start, okay? And it's more specific to be on the line, right? Chad.
One of my goals is to stay on the favorite side of the course and like stay with the fleet because sometimes I tend to go away from the fleet and I lose a lot of places. I
So
wanna,
there's there's a bit two goals. One is to stay on the side or stay on the
stay on the favorite side.
favor side, right?
Yeah.
Side. And one is to stay with the fleet, right?
Yeah, that's kind of my problem.
We have only one problem.
No, that's the main one.
It's okay, you're like Joseph. Let's go to Joseph. Joseph also have a lot of problems. You're not the only one.
Oh, so goal for me?
Any kind of goals.
Okay, so I'm gonna make it broader. I'm going to college next year, so for me it is to be a good team member
A good team member.
in college sailing.
So you want to be a good team member or good sailor in college?
Let's start with team member.
Okay. So you're talking
In all
about
aspects, social, so on the water, off the water.
So okay. I would put it kind of in the middle, although it's like somewhere else. But okay. College team member, right?
Yeah.
Tomer, you said? Let it go? No, you may go.
Not my goal is like to go actually round wide and tight, not tight and tight.
Rounding marks, okay? Rounding, let's just say rounding. Okay, good. That's not, we don't need a specification. I will tell you why in a minute. Matthew?
To get in the top 5 for
Sure.
5 regattas.
Top 5 in the next 5 regatta.
For green tea.
5 times 5 regattas, right? Justin?
Do you want something more broad or more specific?
Whatever you choose.
Okay, then I'll say that I want to win the next local regatta.
Win the next local regatta. No, it's okay. It's all good. Win. Next regatta. Okay, good. You actually gave me an easy life. 3 types of goals, 3 columns, right? Who can define the differences? Tell me.
Well, so one of them is specific things, like ways of like things you do in while you're sailing, like packing or like while you're racing. You will have to do those things. Like you will have to stay on the favorite side of the line to get a good race, and you will have to have a good rounding,
Okay.
and you will have to tack.
And others?
And the one with the college sailing is more like how to be able to do something like overall,
Okay.
and not necessarily on your own, but maybe some others too. And then the third column is tactics.
Okay. I'll mark it for myself, not for you guys. Forget about the circle. Joseph?
I was gonna say, I think the leftmost column is things that you can practice, or like goals that you can practice every day, or every time you're out on the water. While the middle column looks to me more of like you do things that you practice every day to get to the end goal.
End goal.
So
Okay.
like the leftmost column is kind of like an everyday goal, while the middle column is
You
like an end
also said in the beginning broad. I write for myself. Specific, right?
Yeah,
And now it's the angle, right?
end goal, yeah.
What about this one?
That's really broad.
Could it be compared to other people?
Yes.
So like your goal compared to others?
Good, good. So I like how you see it. Lorenzo, you
Wait, but isn't the middle column also?
is compared.
But what about
But
the middle column?
you're
Are you
right.
comparing yourself
Okay.
to like top 5 or win the regatta?
You're right. You're right. So I will explain it. I actually did in purpose 3 columns, and I like how you have different approaches. I just gave it a name, but you're all right. Okay. So this, it's actually, let's start with this one, the middle one. This called, you call it the end goal. It's an outcome goal. Okay. This is what you want to achieve. Okay. Is it? Do you have control on that? To win a regatta, nothing. Justin, can you control on the winning? It depends only on you.
No.
You have less control, right? It's called an outcome goal, right? It depends on the others. What about this? You call it specifics, okay? It's something that we can do it. Joseph, you said how you can work on your own performance, right? Anything else? You see that? It's more specific. You call it specific. We call it performance goals. Okay? So in one hand, yes. Outcome performance. Before I get confused. Yes. Sorry. My mistake. Process goals. Okay, those are the process goals. Those, so we have one example of performance. For the performance goals, yes, it's still ours, stay with the fleet, but for example, but we compare our performance compared to others. So how good are we doing? It's not just about our abilities, it's about, cannot race very good compared to ourselves, right? We have the fleet, so we always compare ourselves to the fleet. Do we have more control about that?
What?
Compared to the outcome, compared to this
More,
one,
right?
we have a bit more.
Yeah.
We can do something, but it still well depends on the others. Okay, yes.
But isn't the performance like if you perform well in the regatta when and you get first place, would that be the win column?
So this is the angle, like the performance, they're all part of one each other. I'm not saying it's just different type goals, okay? And then this we'll call it process goals. Okay? Those are the things that we have. How well are you doing the tacking? It's not about comparing to the regatta, comparing to other competition or the win or anything else. It's about who you in the tack, right? Or how well you did it at the start. The start actually can go also here, right? Because we are racing, in our sport we are racing against others, right? So it's also compared to the others. It can be also here. Or stay on the favorite side. You can go, you know, we have right and left. You choose if to go to the right or left, right? Sometimes it will be more challenging, but we do. And the rounding, it's you and the mark. It's all about you, right? So, we do have 3 types of performance. That's what it was important for me to learn now, to teach you now. Okay? We'll make it understand about that. So, what I'm going to give you now, yes, so you have the pens. Give it each one of you. Then I can tell you what we are doing with it.
Wait, why throw a check mark and leave? Or it was the whole
It's just an example.
Oh, it's an
Give it to the others as well.
Thank you.
And give me one.
What do you mean by all types of starts?
Wait. All type of start is like left bias, right bias,
Oh,
long
I see.
wing, small fleet, big fleet, everything. Okay,
Start, don't start.
stay with me. Take Nati, so you can stay focused. Forward to me. So I don't know.
Ah,
You can share those. Or that I can give you these binders, so you can write on these binders. Normal? Put your binder on your knees and you can write in your binder. Okay? So what I want you to do now, very quickly, okay? We have a couple of minutes. I gave you just about the start. I want you to write on both handling and speed. Not more. If you are very good, just check. If you are very good, if you are good, average, and weak. Just think what are you going to write? We had the joke. We had the joke, and I'm a good setter, no?
Oh, yeah. Strong. Very good.
Exactly. Just the check for the first 2 after the start. Okay, don't go to the next column. Stay on the first column. We all done?
oh.
Just the first 2. It's okay. If you go move to the next column, not surprising nothing.
I
Good.
did 1.5 minutes.
It's okay. Now we're going to the next column for the first 2. For the boat handling, for example, I want, and Tomer just gave an example.
What do you mean by speed?
Wait for the speed. Let's talk about the speed in a minute. Tomer just gave an example. You want to do wide and tight with the rounding, right? It's a good example of how specific you want to do with your goal, right? With the boat handling. So let's give her a strategy, a specific goal, how you're going to do a specific description, how you want to achieve or to improve in this subject. Yes.
Roll packing properly?
Yes, that's right. Write down how, what to focus. Yes, perfect. Boat handling. While you're writing, I wanted to tell you that outcome goals, like we said, are less controlling ourselves. We do need it to have them on the long term. Okay, we do need to have them. the performance goals, which we perform ourselves to compare to others. It's also important. That's why we are training together, not by ourselves on the water, right? We are in sport. Sport is to very competitive, so we compare ourselves to others. So you need to have goals that you compare yourself to others. It's also important, and actually it's very, very important that we break it down to the process goals. So okay, that we see how it's more specific, how we can work on our scale to move on to be better compared to the others, so we have great outcome goal then. Okay, whatever the outcome goal, everyone have his own specific goals. Okay, so after you finish the second specific goal, the column, you go to the strategy. Nati, you said better road time. How are you going to do that? This is the strategy.
Think about the steps before every track and like make sure you're focused on the track itself.
Perfect. So you zoom in your mind, you imagine even the steps that you're going to do it, and then you're going through your step. Very good strategy. Any other ideas for how we improve for example, tax? Yes.
Make sure I have lowered heel.
This is more what's more specific in the tax, but how in general, if you want to now to improve our road tax, how can we do it? Yes, Lorenzo? Practice, right? To go in the water and focus, do a lot of tax, right? That's what you want to say?
Yes.
Good. Good job, Lorenzo. Now, the last thing about this water drilling, for example, set a date. You can be good, you can be very weak. Set a date where you want to achieve this goal. It can be next practice. It can be 2 weeks from now. It can be 1 year. It can be the next 4 years in college. Maybe earlier.
Everybody is looking at their watch.
Think it up. Now,
Wait, are there 30 days in November or 31?
anyone wants to share his first column? Gavin?
For the specific goal.
Yes. What was it?
I wanted to be able to push myself to hike out for longer.
Yes. And how you're going? What is your strategy? How you're going to do that?
So like I wanna I'm gonna keep practicing it like more and more, and I'm going
So
Sure,
this is
about
strategy.
and I wanna try to push myself to hike up for longer than practicing more like on the hiking bench I have at home.
So you're going to put some more time on the hiking bench at home, and you're going to talk to yourself, to push yourself. So you're going to do extra and extra and extra time, right? And Justin, you're going to do a lot of push-ups. Seriously, a lot. Is Joseph? You want both of you to do push-ups?
No, we're fine.
Okay, good.
We're good.
Okay, so
And then we have time. Great example. Now we are going to the last subject of goal. You know what it says here?
Smart.
Everyone heard about smart goals?
yeah, but I
Yes.
forgot what he said.
Ah, you forgot? So now you're not supposed to be quiet. Do you know about
That's
smart?
just specific.
Wait, if you know, don't have. Anyone didn't hear about that?
No, I don't know.
We don't know.
You don't know? Seriously? Good. What do you think it stands for?
Well, first of all, he said.
No, wait. Let them talk.
I think S stands for specific.
Oh, interesting. I wonder
Yeah, you
why.
just said it. And?
M is for management.
No. Anyone else? No answer?
I think self-management.
No. So, Tomer, S for?
Specific.
Good. And? Nati?
Manageable?
No. You know? Good. Measurable.
Oh,
So you need to be able to measure your goals. A. actually in our field in sailing it's great.
Attainable.
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
Controllable?
no, attainable. No, attainable is something that you can reach.
That's ours.
This is the R. It's realistic. The A is adjustable, and it's our like, why it's important in our field in sailing.
Yep, it pays
Matthew.
But say you have a small goal to sail on the right side of the course, but it turns out the left side is far superior, then you need to be able to switch with your.
Okay, so you have to. But what about strength of wind? If you want to talk about wall tax, and but from now on we have 20 knots and we have only strong wind
Well, I
tax.
mean, it's the winter.
So we need to be if we have dates, 2 weeks for example, to work on wall tax, and the next few practices we have only strong winds. We need to adjust our goals, right? Okay. Oh, we thought that we were going to achieve that, but it took us a little bit more time because it didn't happen as we hoped. Okay, we extend a little bit. We have to be a bit more adjustable, right? What is the R? We just said it. Realistic.
Yeah.
How do you call it?
Attainable. for you.
Attainable. Realistic. Okay. So you can reach it. Like, are you going to win the gold medal tomorrow in the Olympic Games? In 2 weeks?
Yeah.
In 2 weeks? There is no in the Olympic Games in 2 weeks, sorry. But aim high, it's good. And the last one, T. You know it?
Time.
Time. That's what we just did, the last column. Okay,
Oh,
so
the
we have
right turn.
specific, measurable, adjustable, realistic, and time. So now when you set the goals, and also you have the rest of the sheet, you have different subjects of sailing, for example. We brought a lot of subjects for say. What are the subjects? Boat
Speed,
handling.
Tactics of ball handling,
This is from basketball, I think.
and rebounds, also basketball,
Oh my God.
ball handling, and rebounds.
No, ball handling is need to be boat handling, and rebounds is not supposed to be there. Rebound, for example, it's my error. It's a different sheet. So the last one is need to be, for example, tactics. We just talked about tactics, right? I mean,
No, tactics is on there.
Yeah.
Team skills.
team skills, communication, for example, right? Or start with your reversal. There's a lot of stuff.
What's ball handling?
What about equipment?
Okay,
Basketball,
that
what
was
Kerry
a
is doing. That's what it was ball handling, but this is more ball handling.
Yeah, but there's ball handling.
Yeah, I know, it's just a mistake. It happened, right?
We should have done the example on rebounds or ball handling.
But you are doing something.
We are?
Yes, but what's nice about it, this is actually for you. I don't want, it's actually not a bad thing. I don't want to guide you, also as a coach, as a selling coach. I don't want to guide you 100% what you should do. I want to actually think out of the box and to explore what are the things that you want to work and how you want to work on them, and set yourself a goal. It needs to be specific, right? It needs to be measurable, that you can measure, right? How far from the mark you can say 1 or 2 bowlings, right? Or how well are you doing in the starts, right? Need to be adjustable, realistic, and time. What is another factor that we have for goals? What do we talk about? Joseph gave one example. What did he talk about? Last year? Next year, sorry. It's in college, right? It's a long term, right? What about, who said something about the next practice? You gave about the rounding marks, right?
Yeah.
So it's the next practice. So we have daily goals, we have short-term goals, and we have long-term goals. So now when you're going on the water, on the next practice or the next regatta, or you go for training, you have better understanding and better way how to set up goals. And this sheet is actually, it's just one way. What I have here, I have another 2 handouts for you. One is another exercise like that, you can do at home. More like something specific, so you can give it to the others. And one is the kind of just a summary of what we went through that today. Any questions? Any questions about those? You can give it to the others. No. One by one.
What? Oh, I take one home. I see.
Yes. Any questions for the goals? Lorenzo?
No.
Matthew?
No.
Guys?
Nope.
Of course, if you want, you can reach me out, but you have my details. So if you have more questions, You're welcome to ask me, and I have more resources like research and a lot of paper. You had something with other coach last practice, right?
Yeah, I
You
have
look
it.
for research. What was the research for?
Warm-ups.
Warm up. Why it was important, right? So all of these things that we just talked about it, the same like you were looking on the internet, it's based on research. Okay, and those kind of things it's evidence found that it's helping us to enhance our performance. Okay, guys?
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Why are you listening?
Yeah.